Hey there! Today we're going to be talking about this pen. This is a funky little pen in the national color of the royal house of my country. But having said that, this is a Leonardo MomentoZero Grande Pura Arancia Fiammante gold trim. There's also a silver trim and there's a ruthenium trim, I think. But this is the gold trim. And this is a fun pen, I thought. It's a MomentoZero Grande, it has an actual piston filler, it has the things that the current regular MomentoZero Grandes have, except it is translucent, right? You can sort of see the nib in there, you can maybe see the ink, there's a little bubble of air, can you see that move? Yeah, so we have that, piston filled, large pen, and a fun pen, and a pen with, in this case, a steel nib. Now that's a good thing, because imagine it had a gold nib. Ka-ching! I'll get back to that. This pen was lent to me by Joost Appelboom of Appelboom Pennen, and he may or may not get it back. I will cover the parts of this pen, I will do a writing sample, and I will tell you what I like and what I don't like about this pen. Let's get started. Okay, let's talk about the Leonardo Pura. This is a satin demonstrator, and the particular finish is Arancia Fiammante, if hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Now, MomentoZero Grande, it has the true pistone, so it has a 1.5 milliliter capacity, and that's pretty much it. Box, outer cardboard sleeve, inner cardboard sleeve, box. Comes with ink. I was not supplied with the ink. That may have been simply because it was very cold here and ink tends to freeze and the bottles shatter. I have a little pen medallion. We have a made in Italy Leonardo pens things, and we have a little booklet with the overview of the collection. As you can see, the Pura, if you say, yeah, this orange, that's not for me, that's way too happy, give me something black, that's possible, or give me something blue, that's also possible. All of it can be arranged. Okay, let's look at the pen. Here is the pen. I will zoom in a bit for you. And here we have the pen next to a Pilot Metropolitan. MomentoZero Grandes are not small pens, as the name suggests. Okay, let's cover the parts of the pen. We have this cone on top of the cap finial. We have the gold trim. These pens, I've just shown you the other colors, but they also come in different trims. There's gold trim, silver trim, and ruthenium trim. This is a gold trim, obviously. I don't know if you can clearly see it. Sometimes it looks like silver, but this is the gold trim. Clip with a little wheel. Works pretty well. We have 3 rings there, a ring there, and a ring there. I've always liked the shape of this pen. Tapers down gently, gradually. Here we have the piston turning knob, but you can actually see the piston mechanism in there. You may also be able to see that from here down to there is the ink capacity, and it is actually filled with ink. There is a tiny air bubble, but it draws up a lot of ink, so I think that's quite nice. Okay, there is here an engraving, Leonardo Officina Italiana number 23, and we have the cap that unscrews. I just wanted to point out, look how nicely translucent that material is. Okay, we have here the number 6 steel nib in medium. A very pleasant nib. I have no issues with that nib. But now let me describe to you, before I get into anything else, the different nib options that are available. The whole pen, and this is relevant, costs €243.80. That is no VAT included. Remember, you can get a 10% discount through the Appelboom website using my you just go to my website, there's a banner, and you'll get a discount code for 10% off. Okay, so you can also purchase sorry, that price, I'm sorry, I am organized. Okay, the price of 243 euros and 80 cents includes a fine, medium, broad, or stub steel nib. You can upgrade to a 14K flex nib for 164 euros and 46 cents. Okay? You can also upgrade for extra fine, fine, medium, broad, or stub 14K nibs for 164 euros and 46 cents. So in other words, the upgrade adds considerably to the price of the pen, right? That pushes it over 400 euros if you want a gold nib instead of a standard steel nib. I have found, again, the steel nibs to be quite pleasant, and I would not need an upgrade personally. The pen is a large pen, and the section shape has that typical Leonardo shape where it kind of tapers down and then remains straight here. Ring at the end, make sure to dry that so it doesn't corrode. It's a very nice, very comfortable size. We have here the pen posted, also very comfortable, very, very nice. I find this a very comfortable, pleasant pen to use. Let's see how it writes. We have the MomentoZero Grande. I'm just going to write down Pura and not the whole Arancia, etc. stuff. This is a steel medium nib, and the ink is Lamy Mango, which I thought would be a nice match for this pen. In a previous video, I pronounced Lamy Mango as Mango and said I didn't know why the ink was called that, and got several concerned comments from people who explained that it's actually mango and that it's a tropical fruit. I was actually aware of that. I was merely joking, but I do appreciate the concern. Let's do some fast writing, make that mango. No skipping that I can really tell. Oh, by the way, it's an ebonite feed, huh? So that's pretty nice. Wetness. It's not a gusher. I would say it's on the drier end of things, but again, no issues with flow. And of course then it skips, but line variation. This is a, and then again I'm being very careful here, but this is a rigid nib. I wouldn't expect anything in ways of like character to your writing. But of course, there is a €164 flex nib upgrade if you would prefer such a thing. Reverse writing becomes much scratchier and a bit more unpleasant, I find. There we have it, the Arancia Fiammante Pura MomentoZero Grande. It's a nice pen. I like it a lot. Let's see what exactly I like and what I dislike about this pen. What do I like and what do I not like about this pen? I'm going to be fair. I'm going to be straight up. I love this pen a lot. It's large. It has a big ink capacity. I find it very comfortable. The way this is polished makes it incredibly nice to the touch because it has the tiniest bit of texture. The matte finish, I love. It's translucent, not fully transparent. I love it. It works. To me, it works. The gold trim, beautiful. Orange juice is a name well chosen because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks sweet, sparkly, it looks delicious. I love it. I like all these things. I like the big ink capacity. One of the issues that I've had with, or that I've mentioned, I should say, with Leonardo pens in the past, especially the Grande models or the other, the Grande models, the piston-filled models, is that there is no ink window. You can't see how much ink is left. Problem solved. I can see how much ink is left. Maybe there's quite a lot of light coming from the side. I don't know if you can see it, but if I hold it up, I can see exactly how much ink is left. And that's great. So that problem was solved. Also, it really is this much ink. Like, it has that much ink in there. It's a big capacity pen. I love all of that. I have no issues with it whatsoever. Now, let's talk about pricing. This pen is €243.80 at Appelboom currently. Remember, you can get a 10% discount through my website. Just click the Appelboom banner. All of that is fine. But now we need to talk about nib upgrades. So the fine, medium, broad steel stubs. This one has a steel nib. No issue, €243.80. Extra fine, medium, broad stub, 14K, as well as flex nibs, adds €164.26 to the price. Okay, so at that point, the €240 pen turns into, what was this, we're doing 2, 3, 4, like €400 of pen. But then if you add a number 8 nib, which would be wonderful, gold number 8 nib would look stunning on this. You have the options of extra fine, medium, broad, and stub, 1.3 millimeters. I think a 1.3 millimeter number 8 gold stub would be stellar on this pen, but it adds €301.65 to the price. So now the nib is actually more expensive than the entire pen. So 243 plus 301. Now you're talking about a 500, well, with that, like $550 pen, euro pen, just for the gold nib upgrade. I understand that the gold nibs are expensive. I also know that with a lot of these companies, you have to purchase massive amounts of nibs. I know all that, but when a gold nib upgrade more than doubles the price of the pen, things are becoming a little precarious. I think that is a massive jump in price. The good news is that this humble steel medium nib writes absolutely fine. Aesthetically, it would be pleasing to have a number 8 nib on it, but I don't think this is too terrible. I don't think this number 6 nib looks horribly out of place or looks ridiculously small on it. So I do think all those things are not dreadful, but I mean, that additional cost is fairly insane. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm sure that those nibs are offered for the most economical price to the buyer as possible. But having said that, it's just incredibly expensive. I'd be perfectly happy with that pen with a steel nib, for me. But, you know, tastes differ. Okay, I hope this was useful. And a very kind thank you to Joost for lending me this pen. I'll gladly see you later. Bye bye.